Welcome back everyone to another NRG on the Amstrad CPC, and here we are with Army Moves. This is a hard game, not as hard as its sequel, admittedly, and it's got lovely graphics, and it's the typical sort of dynamic look, French production house, very unique style. I mentioned this in my previous video on Space Moves, which is the unofficial sequel to the two games Army Moves and Navy Moves, published by Imagine. And it's got nice, bold, colourful graphics, explosions, big sprites, just too damn difficult and unforgiving, very unforgiving. So you'll have to forgive me. I don't normally do this, but I do have a hitbox cheat enabled, so that I don't die quite so easily. Not completely invulnerable, I can still die. It's just that some of the bullets might not always connect. I thought that might be a little bit fair for me to show you a bit of the game. So we start with the old tank GP kind of thing here. Shooting missiles from the top and the bottom. Bit awkward control system because you've got your fire button on your joystick actually controls the upward missiles, and your spacebar controls the downward missiles. Easy on an emulator to sort of reconfigure the joypad for that, or the joystick. Oof, nearly. Don't want to fall down these holes. There we go. Oh, I did fall down the hole. There you go. See, it's so easy just to slip off the track. So easy. Bang, got him right in the face. So yeah, along the bridge of doom, it seems, with the helicopters and the clone tanks coming towards you. Clone missile jeep tank type things. This starting level is still not as ridiculously difficult as the starting level of Navy Moves, and we will cover Navy Moves in another NRG. Yeah, that's just insanely difficult, and I'll show you that in probably the next video if I can get to a next stage. And of course the game is split into two halves. It's split into the part 1 and a part 2. So part 1 is a shoot 'em up sort of run and gun kind of thing. This and the helicopter section in this, and then you can move on to part 2, which is more of a platformer puzzle style game. So it's a game of two halves, and Navy Moves mirrors that idea as well, as does Space Moves. So bang, there we go. It goes on for seemingly absolutely ages, and I suppose at least Navy Moves has checkpoints. This, I've never really thought it has I think it does have checkpoints, but they're not that obvious, put it that way. I don't know why it says fuel there running out. I mean, I never run out of fuel. You always get to the end if you've got the skill to do it, or you've got a cheat enabled, one or the other. Yeah. So it's quite a small game window, but like I said, very colourful. Not much manoeuvrability. This is the thing. There's not much space to get around. Here we go. Parking the old garage, and off he runs to the helicopter. Chopper time. Let's go. Stage 1 completed. Here we go. Up and away. Again, this would actually be quite a nice little shoot 'em up section. It's nice and colourful, and it's got a nice little bit of cheeky parallax there going on. Very subtle. It doesn't look like it is, but it's actually a nice little cheeky bit of parallax there. And you can, again, two different formation of bombs here. You can shoot forwards and bomb downwards, which is very handy there. Oh, that bullet would have killed me. Went straight through me. But it's just because it's so tight. It gets frustrating. It gets difficult. It gets too difficult. I mean, if there was more space on the screen, it would be much more enjoyable, I think. And it moves okay. It doesn't move as smooth as you would like it to move. I mean, the animation frames on the aircraft there, they're not bad. I like the sweeping motion there. Could have a few more in there. Maybe sacrifice a bit of colour for that. I don't know. I'm not sure. We've got lots of explosions, and we've got this music as well that's constantly playing. You can turn the music off, I believe, but the music's pretty good. With all the dynamic games, actually, they always produce rather decent music. Right, coming in for the helipad. Down. It's coming. That wasn't it. That was another silo. No, that's another silo. That's what the helipad looks extremely similar to the silos as well. The bomb silos. No, not yet. Yeah, so this is basically the order of the day. That bullet would have killed me as well, went straight through me. Too many bullets, you see, and not enough room to move around them. That's the thing. So helipad, down, 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 plonk him on there, and there you go. Stage 2 complete. Got a bonus landing there. You do move on to the next stage if you actually crash land the helicopter, which is quite funny. So here we go, off a new helipad over the sea. Let's shoot the subs and more of the old F-16s that look like they're probably MiGs, to be honest. No, see, you get combinations of bullets that just kind of come at you, and there's nowhere on the screen you can go. Just have not got the room. Haven't got the room at all. So it's a game which is kind of disappointing in the fact that it's too frustrating and too difficult. But even though it's presented really, really lovely, like I said, lovely graphics. Yeah, small game window, admittedly. Lovely music. I like the idea. The responsiveness is pretty good. You know, you can move around pretty nippily. A little bit jerky now and then when there's a lot of busyness going on the screen, and you know that's sort of come to expect that kind of thing. Oh, see, I would have no way of achieved that. No way. Again, nice parallax scrolling though going on. Another cheeky little. You can see the islands moving there, and the foreground islands moving quicker than the actual clone of that islands. Yes, it is what it is. It is what it is. But it certainly gave Dynamic their style, and they're sort of everyone sort of like very, very familiar about their games. When you saw a Dynamic game, you were very familiar about what they look like, how they feel, how they play. And yeah, they certainly did have a sort of unique sort of niche, I guess, sort of a click, if you will. But they get just way too difficult. I mean, they needed to turn the difficulty down. I think. I mean, you got like games like Cybernoid, which is also ridiculously difficult as well. But you know, you kind of forgive Cybernoid for that because it's again really well polished, really well presented, and with a bit of thought. Cybernoid is actually not as unfair, and there's plenty of places where you can sort of like trick it to bang, or just nipped on the end of the helipad there. There's plenty of places where you can forgive it, but with this, with army moves and with navy moves even more so, it's so unforgiving. There we go, this is the last stage of the helicopter sort of like part. After this is part 2. We're not going to show you part 2. I find part 2 very difficult actually, but again, it's in the same vein, nicely presented, but a bit of a platformer puzzler kind of thing. Gun turrets there, quite cool. So I will leave it there. That is Army Moves on the Amstrad CPC. Thank you for watching. Novabug out. Hey, Novabug here. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please support the channel by liking and commenting, and of course subscribing if you haven't already done. If you would like to support me further, please consider joining my bug army via Patreon. And also don't forget to follow me over at Facebook, Twitter, BitChute and Twitch. And finally, a very special mention to my bug army generals Sam M, Sweet Nanook and Craig Harrison. Thank you everyone for supporting me. Novabug out.